Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Who's with me tonight? Hey, Cece, how are you tonight? Good to see you. I've got answers to your questions. We'll dive into those here in a couple minutes. I'm sharing out on the TikTok side real quick. How's your Taco Tuesday going? Good evening and welcome in. If you're joining on TikTok, my name is Mike. I'm a travel agent that specializes in Disney. We do travel talk lives every Tuesday night, answer questions, cover Disney news, and then we have some fun, play some games. And I've got some fun stuff lined up for tonight. So welcome in. We'll get started here in a couple of minutes. Robbie, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in on the YouTube side as well, guys. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Earlier this morning, I felt like we had hardly anything to cover. Hey, Blake. And then some news broke and I started scribbling notes and all of a sudden it's like, wow, we got a lot to cover. So we'll get started here in a couple of minutes. Hey, Noli, how are you? Hey, Jillian. Hey, Dina, welcome in. Welcome in on the TikTok side as well. Happy to have you with us. We're going to have some fun chatting about Disney, and we're going to play some Disney games. You do not need to have any Disney knowledge. This is not trivia. It's not true or false. We're going to play kind of a random type of pick'em, kind of like a championship style with brackets. So we'll have some fun doing that. So hopefully you'll hang with us and have some fun tonight. We're going to start in about 1 minute. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're just hopping in on the TikTok side, welcome in. My name is Mike. I'm a travel agent that specializes in Disney. We do these talks every Tuesday night. I answer questions that folks have, cover any late breaking news, rumors, promotions, and then we have some fun with some Disney games. So we'll have a good time tonight. Hopefully you'll stick around and play with us. We're going to start in 1 minute. I've got some questions that have been sent in that we'll answer. We've got news to share, and then we're going to have some fun. I will not make anybody grab pen and paper tonight. I'll do all the scribbling tonight. So you can sit back and have a good time with us. All right, let's see here. I don't know that I've seen Helen join, but I'm not so sure whether she'll make it tonight or not. If not, she can always listen to the replay. Hey, Single Dad, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Welcome in, guys. All right, let's get rolling here. So we'll start off. If you're new here on the TikTok side, welcome in. Thanks for joining. I hope you stick with us. We do these every Tuesday night. Just have a good time chit-chatting about Disney. I answer questions that folks have, cover any news that Disney has released in the past week, any rumors. If there's any new promotions, we'll cover those. Then we have some fun playing some Disney games. Sometimes it's trivia. Sometimes it's true, false. Sometimes it's fill in the blank. We've done pick'em. Tonight we're going to do like a bracket style selection. So I've got the brackets written down and we'll do 5 different categories, 8 answers in each. So we're basically in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then final selection of each one. So let's get rolling. So Cece, you're up first. And if you're new here, again, thanks for joining. I have questions that get submitted into me. I'll read them out loud. If anybody has any experience with any of these, feel free to answer, chime in with your thoughts or comments, and I'll share them back and forth. On my phone, I'm on my TikTok channel. On my laptop, I'm on the YouTube channel, the Park Life Podcast channel. So I'm going dual here. So that's why you'll see me kind of look back and forth. I'm not watching a tennis match. It may look like that, but I'm not. All right. So Cece's first question, she asked, is there a way to take home delicate souvenirs like Arribas Brothers wish keepers without breaking them? So Cece, here's some of my tips that I would provide. And again, if anybody has experience with these, by all means, chime in, provide your experience with these things. But if you know you're going to buy some valuables, whether if they're from Arribas Brothers or if you buy Christmas ornaments at the Christmas shop at Magic Kingdom or at Disney Springs, or if any of the shops in the other parks have Christmas ornaments, you can bring some bubble wrap from home. We've done that in the past because we always buy Christmas ornaments. Every time we go down to Disney, we bring home at least one, if not 5 Christmas ornaments, it seems like. So we'll bring some bubble wrap down, wrap them up safely in the bubble wrap. If we're going to put them in our suitcase to bring home, we'll then wrap them around some clothes so that they're kind of double insulated. Otherwise, if you can, pack them in your carry-on bag if you're flying. Obviously, if you're driving, you've got a lot more availability to keep those safe, but you can pack those up pretty easily, I think, and keep them fairly safe. Single Dad to wrap in several plastic Walmart bags works great. That's another great option. Obviously, you want to keep as much between the valuable and the outside components that might be banging against it or applying pressure. So lots of plastic bags, like Single Dad said. If you bring some bubble wrap with you, you can do that. Wrap them in clothes. If it's small enough, a small enough item, if you can wrap and then slide it inside of a shoe inside your suitcase, that will also provide extra protection from anything else banging against it. Hey, Ronnie, welcome in. Good to see you. So that was Cece's first question. Cece, I'm going to go to your second question. She sent this one in this afternoon. And again, if anybody has experience with this one, by all means, chime in. I'm happy to have you join in. She asked, how do you sync a Magic Band with the My Disney Experience app? So I assume you're talking about the new Magic Band Plus that has the battery and you charge those. I don't have one of those. I'm old school. I just have the original Magic Band that allows me to get into my room and the park and those sorts of things, but they don't have the light up and the vibrations, all that sort of thing. But from what I understand, it's been a long time since I've had to add a regular Magic Band, but for the Magic Band Plus, you can first power on the Magic Band Plus. There's a button on the back of the band that you push to power it on. Hold the back of the Magic Band Plus against the back of your cell phone. Open the My Disney Experience app, and then the app will direct you to link the Magic Band to your account in your My Disney Experience app. Otherwise, you can go into the app, select Magic Bands and more, choose the link for Magic Band or card. Again, this would be if you're just trying to attach your park admission, your room key, if you're using the Keys to the World card, you can do that. You can either tap the band to the phone or enter the 12-digit ID number that's on the band or the card. We've done that before. And then select the person in your party to whom that band belongs to. So like I know for me, I think in my Disney Experience app, I've got 3 or 4 bands listed for me. Go back in the day when you used to get the regular Magic Bands for free with each package. So I've got several of those on there. I've got Lori's, I've got my kids on there. So it's not overly complicated to do. And if you're struggling to do it, when you get down to Disney, you can go to guest services. If you're checking into one of the Disney resorts, they'll help you at the desk as well. Hey, Scal, welcome in. Good to see you. So there you have it, Cece, on yours. Okay, Dina says I only have the old bands too. I was thinking of getting a Plus version, but I heard they weren't really worth it if you had old ones that still work. So that's kind of, an opinion. I guess I would say it's not really factual. It's, everybody has their own feelings on the Magic Band Plus, whether they prefer to have that or the old traditional Magic Bands like Dina, you said you've got and I've got. For me, I don't necessarily need the light up vibration sort of thing, go up to the little gold statues and have them talk or whatever. That doesn't really do much for me. And so spending $30, $40, $50 for one of those Magic Band Pluses just didn't make a lot of sense. I'd rather spend that money on a different souvenir or for me on food. So that's why I've never done one. But I think they're pretty cool. I've been around people and been in the parks with people that have them, and they're neat when they do the things that they're supposed to do. It just, for me, isn't really that important. But if anything, I would say only have one of you get it and try it out. And if you like it and what have you, then others can get it in your party as well. Just keep in mind, to have it do the vibrating and lighting up and all that stuff, you have to make sure it's charged. So you have to charge it kind of like you would your Apple Watch if you're an Apple Watch wearer. What do you think the lifespan of the old bands are? Dina, I bet I'm using old bands that are 15 years old, maybe 10 to 15 years old. I bet for sure. Those things last a really, really long time. On the Magic Band Plus side, if you forget to charge it and the battery is dead, it will then act like an old school Magic Band. So you'll still get into your room, still get into the park. It's just that it won't light up, won't vibrate, those sorts of things. So that's what the charging is all about there. So I'm kind of a plain Jane kind of person. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but I'll share it. I don't wear watches. I don't wear a watch ever. My watch is my cell phone. So every day, all day long at work, whatever, I don't have anything on my wrist. As soon as we get to Disney, I put that Magic Band on. I guarantee you 5 times a day, I look to see what time it is. And it's like, it just must be almost like an allergic reaction that when you feel something around your wrist, you assume it's a watch. And so you look to see what time it is, even though I don't wear one. It's crazy how that is for me, but I do that all the time. Okay, so Dina, I'm going to go to your question then. Hey, Brooke, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. So Dina, you asked, will the holiday overlays be available anytime or just during the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? So let's start at the top of that. So Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is a special ticketed event that happens in November and December at the Magic Kingdom. The holiday overlays that Dina referenced, she asked about 2 specific ones in the question, but I held off because I wanted to outline everything that Disney does special as far as overlays go. First off, the traditional ride called Jungle Cruise is rethemed with a Christmas spin, and they call it Jingle Cruise. The Tomorrowland Speedway, the old school cars, motorized vehicles that run on the rail, they do an overlay, beautiful Christmas decorations, a lot of light up and that sort of thing there. Space Mountain has a special overlay with lighting inside the ride. The Mike Wazowski Laugh Floor has a Christmas twist, so some of the jokes and comedy are kind of Christmas related. And then the Teacups in Fantasyland have special overlay with lighting and music, and I think they do a fog machine, that sort of thing. So those are the 5 attractions inside the Magic Kingdom that have a special Christmas, what they call overlay, different coloring, theming, music, that sort of thing. Jingle Cruise, which is Jungle Cruise, that is Jingle Cruise every day, all day long for anybody, whether it's during the party or before the party or on non-party days in November and December. It's that way for everybody. So you get to experience the Christmas theme, Christmas flavor of Jingle Cruise, whether you're at the party or not. Now, my answer for the rest of this, Dina, is based on previous years, how it's always operated. Disney has not announced anything different for this year, so I would assume it's going to be the same. But the Speedway, Space Mountain, Laugh Floor, and Teacups, the full effect overlays are Christmas party nights only. Some of the Speedway lighting might be on at other nights. There's quite a bit that they do. I was blown away at how beautiful it was. However, in past years, Christmas party nights only, except after the last Christmas party, which is usually around the 20th, 21st of December through New Year's Eve, they will have the overlays going all of the time. So whether you're there for a party night or not, after the parties end, you'll get to enjoy the Christmas overlays on those attractions. So, but Dina, I know you're going to be there for a Christmas party and we'll get to experience all that stuff. Blake, can't wait to go back at Christmas. Love the Snope. Yes, absolutely. The Snope down Main Street, the snow. Love it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's amazing. Somebody who comes from the Midwest that knows all about snow and super duper cold. I don't know what it is about just having it snow down Main Street, how amazing that feeling is, even though it's not real and you're not going to have a white Christmas and all that sort of thing like we can have here, but it's just something extra special. Yeah, Dina, I can't wait either. I'm so excited. Today, it's Tuesday. Anthony, if you're still on, I can't remember if you're the same day as me or the day after, but for me, it's 10 weeks from today that we take off. We will be at, barring any super flight delays, we'll be at Disney at this time 10 weeks or 70 days from today. I can't wait. I'm just getting here. Helen, welcome in. I'm almost to your question. Perfect timing. So I'm super excited. It's like once we got to 100 days, it felt like, oh, it's getting close. And then inside of 90 days, it got super close. And now I'm just 10 days away from being able to make dining reservations. And then from there, it feels like it just flies. So I'm totally super duper excited about that. I'm getting my dining reservations planned out in my head, ready to book some stuff. So I'm excited about that. If any of you are going to be with us and you have any desire to do any dining specifically at any location, and you wanted to see if a group is interested in joining, let me know. I'd be happy to try to figure some stuff out and try to do some stuff with you guys. So, okay, yeah, you come in on the 12th, Anthony. I couldn't remember. I know Shannon comes in on the 11th. Her and Chad come in on the 11th, so we'll be there the day before. I know for us, we're going to do Tep and Ito on that Saturday night at Epcot. That's a hibachi style restaurant. I think it seats 8. So if anybody's interested, you can reach out to me. I'm thinking about doing Crystal Palace. I don't know if we'll do it on that Friday or not, since there's the party that night. Probably not, but I'm not sure yet. So if there's anything you're interested in, if there's restaurants you're interested in that you've never done before, let me know, and I could see if I can help you out with my feelings, thoughts, opinions on those as well. So, okay. Last question. Helen asked, do Disney digital gift cards expire? So, Helen, the great news is not only do Disney digital gift cards, but plastic gift cards do not expire. They are good forever. They do not have any type of fees for inactivity or for going a certain length of time without being used. So they are golden. If you got a $50 gift card, you get it for Christmas, whether it's a digital gift card or a plastic one from the store, it's worth $50 from now until the end of time or until you spend it. So you're set and good to go there. All right, let's go with news. I'm trying to go quick because I'm going to spend more time on our games and have some fun there. Disney had D23 over the weekend. I don't know if any of you guys are attached to that sort of stuff and listen to that. This year's D23 wasn't anything like last year's. Last year was when we got to hear about Monsters Inc. Land and Cars Land and Villains Land at the very end. When they announced that, it was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe one more exciting announcement. This year was far more muted when it comes to that sort of stuff. We didn't get those kind of announcements, but they did announce starting soon. I don't remember the date, but Tron is going to have a new overlay. Instead of the blue and orange coloring, it's going to have a red and orange coloring, which I think will be pretty cool. I'm not sure how long it'll last. I tell you what, I would absolutely love, I don't know that it'll happen, but I'd love to see a red and green overlay of Tron at Christmas, at least for the Christmas parties. I think that would be so amazing. Yeah, Helen, the streams are fun. It's just the news wasn't as, oh my gosh, like it was last year. Still good stuff. They did announce that there's going to be an update to Carousel of Progress. They're going to have a Walt Disney audio animatronic that will be coming soon. That doesn't sound to me like something that's going to happen in the next week or two. Yeah, Dina, wouldn't Tron be amazing at Christmas time with red and green coloring? I think that would be so cool. Yeah, Dina, they did not say how long the red and orange at Tron would last. I mean, if they're going to start it here pretty soon, I would hope that it'd still be there 2 months later, but I guess time will tell. We'll find out. And then the other I thought was kind of big news was that they announced that they're going to repaint the castle and take it kind of back to original old school coloring with grays, creams, blues, and gold, and kind of mute or eliminate the pinkish coloring on the castle. So that was kind of exciting to hear. The only caveat to that, I would say, is that if you happen to be there when they're doing it, you may have an obstructed view of the castle because there may be scaffolding or cranes, cherry pickers, whatever you want to call them, sitting out there so that they can work on painting the castle. I always remember that. Hey, Tina, I always remember back in the day when they would hang the icicle lights on the castle for Christmas. Beautiful once they were up and lit up. But if you were ever there after right around Halloween time-ish, maybe a little bit before then, you'd have cranes and cherry pickers and whatever sitting out, obscuring your view of the castle. So I always did not like that part of the Christmas lights being put up. But anyway, so that's with the castle. So those to me were the three, I'll say, big things that came out as far as Disney World goes. There were probably some things with movies and stuff like that, but those are the things from the parks that I caught my attention. This, I felt like kind of flew under the radar, but the Boneyard at the Animal Kingdom is now closed for good as a part of the transition of closing down Dinoland and doing Central Americas. Let's see here. Missing some comments here. Blake said, whoops. Let me if I do it this way. Ooh, Blake, you guys leave in 8 days. That's right. You leave a day after we do our next live. Scale, any guess as to how long projects such as painting the castle would take? Scale, that's a great question. Look, Disney didn't call me and ask for my opinion. So what I'm going to share with you is solely that my opinion. If I were Disney and I was going to paint the castle, my immediate thought is I would wait for hurricane season to be over. And it isn't because I'm concerned about a hurricane coming through as much as it is that if it's hurricane season, that means it's rainy season. And, while it can rain every day at Disney for 10 minutes, during the hurricane season, your chance of rain and longer periods of rain are greater. It's more humid. The air is sticky. So personally, I would wait until that ended before I would start to paint. And if I did that, honestly, I would probably wait till after the Christmas season is over before I even mess with it. And it would feel like January would be a great time to paint the castle. That's usually lower crowds. There's not as much going on. So for me, if it were up to me, I would wait until January to paint the castle just because there's so much going on. I don't think they want to mess with having scaffolding or cherry pickers or cranes anywhere around that castle during the Halloween parties, during the Christmas parties, because of the projections that happen with the special nighttime shows and the fireworks and the stage shows and that sort of thing. So I think they would wait until party season is over, which means wait until after New Year's Eve. Again, just my opinion. I say that, and tomorrow morning somebody could say, yeah, they rolled up with cranes and cherry pickers to start painting. But that's my opinion. How long would it take? I would probably imagine a couple of weeks, simply because it's not super easy to move those cranes and cherry pickers around into location to paint. I don't know if it's a one coat job or if they got to do multiple coats. I'd assume they're doing a lot of spraying on, so it wouldn't take too terribly long. But I think just moving the equipment around is what takes a while, simply because they got to wait till after hours when the crowds are gone to move any of that equipment so that no guest is at risk of getting hit, hurt, or injured. So I would think that it would take at least a couple weeks. But again, just my gut reaction thoughts to that. So anyway, okay, back to the news. Yeah, the Boneyard is now closed. So that really, I felt like it flew under the radar. Hey, Big Rob, how are you? Good to see you. I thought that flew under the radar. And then today, Disney just announced again, they didn't do it during D23, but it came out this morning at some point in time that the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom now has a closing date. It will be closed for good February 2nd of 2026. So February 1st, 2026 will be the last day to be able to ride Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom. I know hey, Renee, how are you? Good to see you. Good luck with your rehearsal. Always happy to see you. I know we're going to ride Dinosaur when we're there in November for sure, so I can get one more time on that. Rob wants to know. So, Rob, first off, thanks for joining. I'm on my YouTube channel over here, and I'm TikTok over here. I'm going to read Rob's question. Again, anybody can chime in with your thoughts and opinions, and I'll share them out loud with everybody. But Rob asked, what's your best advice for first-time food and wine? Comment here, and I'm going to try to keep my eyes on comments and read them or share them. Do as much research as you can ahead of time. They've got plenty of information as far as what different food booths are at each of the pavilions around the World Showcase. If you're like me, I'm somewhat of a picky eater. So if I know location A in Morocco, I don't know why I picked Morocco, but in Morocco, the food that they're serving, I wouldn't eat any of it. I know that I can just keep walking right on by. I would research what each of the specialty stands are serving. And, if you're a total foodie and love all of it, you might need to prioritize what sounds the best to you, unless you've got a cast iron stomach that you can eat as much as possible without any issues. So I would start there. It can still be hot, so be careful how much food and how much alcohol you consume if you're going to consume alcohol, because it will wear on you quickly. And if you do consume alcohol and you're eating all that food, make sure you get some water in you as well so you don't dehydrate. So I would say that. Let's see here. I'm missing comments over here, I think. Maybe not. So, if you can research as much as possible, and depending on which way you're entering the park, if you're coming in through the front entrance, then you have a decision to go right towards Canada or left towards Mexico. If you come into the back of the park, then you're changed. Rob wants to know, can you bang it out the whole park in a day? I say yes, you can hit. Well, I guess it depends upon what you mean by the whole park. If your focus is the Food and Wine Festival and the World Showcase, I think you can do that in a whole day. If you're also wanting to make sure you hit all of the rides and attractions, one full day might be a challenge, depending upon when you go. If you can possibly go, hey, Luke, welcome in. If you can possibly go during the weekdays, you're much better off. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are super busy at the festivals, because that's typically when the locals go, because they're working during the day, Monday through Friday. So try to do weekdays if at all possible. First week of October is when Rob is going to go. So park's going to open at 9 and close at 9 typically. If you prioritize, this is like going to the park just in general. If you prioritize your must-dos, your wanna-dos, and then if we do it, great. If we don't, so be it. If you do it that way, then you can assure yourself you walk out of the park at the end of the night feeling like you accomplished what you wanted to. Tina, thank you for sharing all that over there. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So Dinosaur's closing on February 2nd. Rob just mentioned Food and Wine. The Food and Wine Festival started last week, so it's now underway. And then I thought this was interesting. So Disney has restarted construction on their newest property called Disney Lakeshore Lodge. It's where River Country once was. And now this is going to be a cliffhanger teaser. If you're wondering what is River Country, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to ask you to wait until September 22nd. That's a Monday. If you're not familiar, I do a podcast. I drop it every Monday on the Park Life Podcast YouTube channel and Park Life Podcast Spotify every Monday morning. Right now, I'm doing the history of Walt Disney World, Chapter 1, which dropped on August 18th was Why Florida. Chapter 2, which dropped on the 25th, was Opening Day. Chapter 3, which just dropped yesterday, was about tickets and Fast Pass. Chapter 4, which will be next Monday, the 8th, is about the expansion of the parks going from just Magic Kingdom to the other parks. Chapter 5, which will be on September 15th, is about transportation and how it expanded over the years. And then Chapter 6, which is on September 22nd, is titled Lost and Forgotten. So it's all of the attractions, locations, not all, because I wouldn't do every single ride. It would take forever. But the main things that used to exist, like River Country, that no longer does. So I'm not going to share what River Country was, but I can tell you that where it was is where the newest Disney lodge is being built, Disney Lakeshore Lodge. It's going to be Disney Hotels and DVC as well. So there you go on news. Dina, are you still with me? Dina and Anthony, if you're still over here. And for anybody who's joining us, Park Life Party is November 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I shared in Discord, on my Discord and a couple others, the tentative general itinerary for that 3-day weekend. We are doing on Thursday, November 13th. We're going to meet at Disney Springs at 7 p.m. Hopefully they have the Christmas tree stroll up by then and we can enjoy that. If not, I'm sure we'll find stuff to do at Disney Springs. We'll be doing a lot of meeting and greeting and chatting and getting to know one another. But at 7 p.m. and I'm still deciding on a meetup spot. So if any of you have a suggestion on a good meetup spot that would be easy for everybody to find, I'm all ears for that. Friday, November 14th, during the day is our Magic Kingdom Day. On that evening, we're doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for those that wanted to attend and get tickets. So we'll be doing that. We're going to do a group photo for everybody that's there. Dina had asked if we could do it later in the day because she won't be at the park during the day. They're going to join us for the Christmas party that night. So I'm thinking 5 p.m. for a group photo that will get all of the people that are there just during the daytime that aren't staying for the Christmas party. And it should be enough time for everybody that's going to come just for the Christmas party to get through the gates and get in, get settled. So I'm thinking 5 p.m. And I mean, obviously everybody would say the castle, right? Let's do the castle. We're going to get a photo in the castle. Well, that could be a pretty crowded area at 5 o'clock as guests are getting ready to leave and guests that are coming for the Christmas party are coming in. So I was thinking maybe we would meet in front of the Tron sign, which is down at the bottom of the ramp walkway up to the ride itself. Have the Tron ride and the canopy in the background and get our group photo taken there. So I was thinking that. Tina, are you in front of the partner statue? Okay. I was looking for thoughts on where to meet at Disney Springs as well. And then for that night, for anybody who's going to stay for the Christmas party, totally optional, but I know a group of us did this last year for the Halloween party. The first parade, which typically is at 8:30, we'll find a designated spot to say, hey, we're going to be at this location to watch the parade. If you want to join us and we can all watch together, you're welcome to do so. If you want to watch the parade somewhere else, or if you want to skip that first parade and go ride rides, whatever you want to do. It's your time, it's your money, but we'll designate a spot for anybody that wants to enjoy the parade together. I think I shared this last week. I think Dean asked me, I'm a 2 parade guy. I'm going to watch both of them. I'm going to watch the fireworks. But we'll do the first parade for anybody that wants to get together and watch it together. Saturday, November 15th is our Epcot day. Last year we did Hollywood Studios, so this year we're doing Epcot. Project Loop. I'm sad that you can't be with us as well. That's a major bummer. And I know some on this side have said the same thing, Tina and Brooke. I know I saw your comments. So Saturday, November 15th is Epcot Day. We're going to do a group photo that day. I was thinking around 11 a.m. It's late enough, hopefully, for anybody that does the Christmas party the night before that they can still get to the park in time. And I was thinking we'd probably meet out in front of Guardians. Pretty cool backdrop for the photo there. And then a reminder, I think I shared this before, but Saturday evening, as a part of the Eat to the Beat concert series, Bowling for Soup is performing across from the American Pavilion in that little theater area there. Showtimes are at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. So anybody who wants to watch Bowling for Soup perform, you're absolutely welcome to do that. We will probably identify a 8:30 p.m. meetup spot for anybody that wants to watch Luminous together. Again, totally optional, but that's kind of what my thought is as far as the itinerary for that weekend. So, Dina, you're on. Anthony, if you're still on the TikTok side, you guys cool with that? Thoughts, comments? Yeah, Tina, World of Disney was something I was thinking of. Thanks for the floating octopus, Ronnie. Okay, good. Anthony said, love it. So Tina mentioned maybe World of Disney at Disney Springs as a meetup spot. I was thinking of that. I think there's the giant Stitch statue above one of the entrance points. That might be an option. The Lego store is another option that we can meet there. I can probably promise you that I'll be there well before 7 o'clock. During the daytime, we're going to go to Animal Kingdom. That'll be our Animal Kingdom day since A, the park closes earlier, and B, we got to be somewhere else. By 7, we'll do Animal Kingdom then. And we'll probably head over to Disney Springs closer to 5 if I were to bet, and probably grab dinner somewhere, Earl of Sandwich or Polite Pig or Blaze Pizza, something like that. So as we get closer and I kind of get that sorted out in my head, I'll share that information. And any of you want to come sooner and have dinner with us, you're welcome to do that. Anthony also said the Coca-Cola place is a good idea. Tina said, just make sure you don't get spit on by Stitch. I'll be the only dude standing there with an umbrella on a sunny day, probably, Tina. So there you have it for Park Life Party. Excited about it. Really excited. Like I said, it's 70 days today for me, 71 for Anthony. So super excited about that. Okay. One last quick thing, and then we're going to jump in and play games. Haven't made a decision yet, but I wanted to ask you guys. I was thinking about moving the live instead of Tuesday nights, moving it to Monday night for two main reasons. One of them is totally selfish on my part, but one of the reasons is Tuesday nights are party nights at the Magic Kingdom. Halloween right now, Christmas coming up in November and December. So I would free you guys from being here with me to be able to watch somebody streaming live at the parties on the Tuesday nights. The selfish reason, Tuesday night is always, although always except for tonight, but it's usually always a night where we watch my grandson Briggs. And so on Tuesday nights, I miss out on spending that time with him, doing this with you guys. And I have no problem doing it. If you guys all said stay with Tuesdays, I would stay with Tuesdays. But that was my selfish reason. I would love to hang out with Briggs on Tuesday nights. But I was thinking Monday nights might work better here as far as Disney conflict goes with parties. Okay, on the YouTube side, Ronnie said, love the idea of moving to Monday. Cece said, sounds good. Renee says, yes, please. Helen says, Monday, thumbs up. Renee said, Monday would be amazing. Blaken's Girl says, Monday is fine. Tina said, Monday sounds good. Project Loop says, family comes first. Mondays is a go. Anthony, not selfish at all. Love it. I will tell you guys, I love Briggs to death. That kid is just amazing. Just amazing. You love your own children, but there's something different about being a grandfather. But this past weekend, so my son Tyler and his wife Kennedy, they're building a new home, and so he's doing some work on their current home to get it ready to sell. Well, this weekend Kennedy was in Colorado for a softball tournament, and Tyler wanted to get work done on their place, which I totally get. So Saturday he brought Briggs over at 11, and Briggs went home at about 7 o'clock Saturday night. Sunday, he brought Briggs over at 11, and he went home at about 7 o'clock. Yesterday, he brought Briggs over at about 11, and I think they went home at about 8 o'clock. So I had Briggs for about 25 hours over the weekend. I did not really have a 3-day weekend, but loved it. It was amazing. That kid is wonderful. Kennedy's driving back from Colorado right now, and Tyler had a meeting that ran till like 5:30 this evening. So he asked if we could run out and pick Briggs up from daycare. Best feeling ever. You walk into the daycare center, and I don't know how many rooms there are with different classrooms, different age kids, but they point us to the room that he's in, and there's probably 15 kids that are around the age of 2, like Briggs is. And we peek in the window, and Briggs has got a basketball in his hand. He's shooting baskets, and there's kids doing whatever. And one of the teachers kind of waved and said, "Come on in." So we open up the door, and all the kids hear the door open, so they all turn their head to look, and Briggs looked and dropped that basketball like that, and he just, boom, took off running for us, arms up, smiling, couldn't wait to see us. So that's just such a great feeling. So anyway, that was totally nothing about Disney, but I appreciate your indulgence with that. Yes, Brooke, it is the sweetest. Yes, Tina, little squish and papa time is important. Absolutely. Okay, so we are going to move to Monday nights. The question, I got to flip my calendar to September. I haven't done that yet. Should we make the move next week? You guys want a couple weeks before we do it? You tell me. If you want to make the move starting next week, then we'll make the move next week. Blake, it probably helps you if we move to next week, because instead of doing this the night before you leave, it'd be 2 nights before you leave. Yeah, Project Loop, he's just the cutest little guy. And he's starting to talk and say more words and whatever. And yesterday he was picking up toys and putting them in a basket. And he wasn't necessarily saying the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, but he was mouthing words and saying sounds like he was counting. So in his mind, he was counting. He may not have been saying all of the numbers correctly, but it was just adorable. One of my wife's friends, her grandkids are kind of outgrew playing with potato heads. And so they've got like a Mr. and a Mrs. Potato Head, and then they have like a little kid potato head, which I didn't know existed. And she had it in a big plastic potato head container, all these pieces, and gave it to us. And so we got it out yesterday with Briggs, and he dumped that thing out, and he played and played and played. Well, the lid is actually a plastic ball cap. Briggs was wearing that around on his head until it would fall off. He took it home with him last night. He did not want to leave without it. So he has that at home, but he came over. We picked him up after daycare, brought him back to our house, got dinner, ate real quick, and he wanted to dump that thing out with all the toys, but it was kind of jammed. It was log jammed. So I had to help him and got it all dumped out. And when it was like almost time to leave, and I think Lori said, "Briggs, we're gonna take you home pretty soon." Never asked, never said anything to him. When I went in to grab his stuff to make sure we took home, he had put away almost all of the potato head stuff back in that big bucket. There were like 2 pieces left, but he put most all of it away. I was just, it was just so heartwarming. Okay. Renee says, move next week, sooner the better. CC said, whenever you're ready, we'll be definitely be there. Renee, can't wait for grandkids. Ronnie, do what works for you. Everyone seems to support Mondays. Perfect. Okay. Tina, whenever you're ready. Brooke, make the move. Okay. So we're going to plan next week. I'm going to jump to Monday nights. I'll send stuff out on my Discord. I'll try to probably put a post out on TikTok reminding everybody. I'll try to do something on YouTube as well, reminding everybody we're going to make the move to Monday night starting next week. And then I can start watching Briggsy on Tuesdays. I'm excited. Yeah, Brooke, now you're going to need a Monday night text. Okay. You guys ready to play games? Let's play. So if you're a sports-y type person and ever been to March Madness, college basketball, College World Series for baseball, any type of sporting event, you get to a tournament and they have a bracket. And you've got, this team plays this team, and the winner of that one plays the winner of these 2 teams, sort of thing. So I've drawn up, I'm going to hold this up real quick on the TikTok page. I'm not asking you to write it all down. And then on here, I've got scribbled down brackets. I'm going to keep track of everything. Ronnie, this one's easy. You don't even have to have any knowledge. It's just, it's an opinion-based thing. You get to pick. You're picking them. I'll track it for everybody. So if you're going to play, hey, Steve, welcome in. Yeah, I know it's backwards, but the idea was just about the bracket. It was all I was showing. It wasn't so much about the words. But if you want to play, I'll keep track. We're going to do 5 of them. The first one, we're playing bracket style, pick 'em. The first one is princesses. And then when we wrap that one up, we'll go to the next one. So I will give you the first matchup, Princess A versus Princess B. You tell me which one you pick to move on, the winner. And when you do so, I'll write your name down one of these brackets, and I'll move that winner in. So that's how we're going to do it. Hopefully I have enough brackets written down for all of that are going to play. If not, I'll wing it. So the first one is princesses, the princess bracket, pick 'em bracket style. So your first selection, if you want to play, and you don't have to play, you can just listen in if you'd like. You're picking Cinderella or Snow White. So that's the matchup. Who do you want to move on, Cinderella or Snow White? Tina says Snow White. Ronnie with Cinderella. Noli with Cinderella. Let's see how good I keep track of all this stuff. Blake, Snow White. Dina with Cinderella. Cece with Cinderella. Ava says Cinderella. Look over here. Anthony goes Cinderella. And Project Loop says dang, and then says Snow White. And Brooke goes Cinderella. And AK says Cinderella. Okay, we are moving on. So the next matchup, and whoever you pick here is going to compete against the one that you just picked. So, hey, Mark, how are you? Welcome in, buddy. So are you going to pick, I got to make my pick. Elsa or Moana? Elsa or Moana? And as you pick them, I'll find your name on my sheet and write them down. Cece goes Elsa. Brooke says Moana. Noli says Moana. Dina says Moana. Where are you at, Dina? There you are. Ronnie with Elsa. Both Brooke and AK. Oh, AK says Moana. Got it. Blake with Moana. Ava says Elsa. Tina says Moana for Briggs and I. Tina, I love that. Briggs is a big Moana lover. Ava said, what did you say Ava said? Ava said Elsa. Let's see here. Project Loop says Moana. Anthony with Elsa. Mark picked Moana. Okay, so Mark, the other one that we've already done, I don't know if you caught it or not, Cinderella or Snow White? Tina, he does love Moana. Yes, we watch that movie frequently. Oh, so let's see here. Did Mark give me his pick on that one? Snow White for Mark. Okay. I'm not going to go too deep. Yesterday, so Briggs loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. We watched that, good Lord, so many times on Disney Plus. But when he first got to the house yesterday, I think it was just the Disney Channel on, but one of the Chipmunk movies was on. The original Chipmunk movie was on. He watched that. And then the second Chipmunk movie came on. He watched that. We had like 3 hours of no Disney Plus. Then I turned Disney Plus on. He climbed up in my lap and fell asleep for 2.5 hours, which it's best time ever. I turned Disney Plus off at that point in time. We were watching something else. When he woke up, I turned Cars 2 on, and he watched that for its entirety. It was wonderful. Okay. I digress. Okay, ready for the next one. Oh, I got to pick mine. Okay, next one. Belle or Merida? Belle or Merida? Noli picks Belle. Wolf and Ava both say Belle. Dina says Belle. Cece says Merida. Brooke says Belle. Ronnie says Merida. Blake picks Merida. There we are. Uh-oh, my pen died. This could pose a big problem if I don't find a pin that works. There we go. All right, Brooke said Merida. I didn't plan for equipment failure. Where am I at here? AK says that's hard. That's not an answer, AK. Project Loop says Belle. Mark says Belle. Anthony picks Belle. Wait, Brooke, you said Belle? Yeah, I wrote down Belle for you. So what says AK? I think she's the last one. Yep. AK, I'll give you a secret. There's no prize at the end. And there's no right or wrong answer either. She said Belle. Okay. Good pick. However, Merida will be coming after you with her horse later. Just saying. Okay. So the last quarterfinal. Here we go. Jasmine or Pocahontas? Jasmine or Pocahontas? Cece with Jasmine. Dina with Jasmine. Noli with Jasmine. Tina and Ava both say Pocahontas. Brooke, both you and AK say Jasmine. Project Loop says Jasmine. Mark says Jasmine. Blake goes with Pocahontas. Ronnie with Pocahontas. Let's see, who am I missing here? Anthony, are you still? Let's see, did I miss Anthony? Oh, yeah, you said Jasmine. Okay, I think we have everybody's answer there. So we are moving to the semifinals. First up. Okay, this is where it gets awkward here. So I have to read each one of you. So we're going to play this pick by pick. So bear with me. I'm going to go in the order I have things because otherwise I'll totally mess up. Tina, your matchup is Snow White versus Moana. Who do you pick? Tina picks Moana. Ronnie, Cinderella or Elsa? Ronnie goes with Elsa. Okay, whoops. If I get it right. Noli, you're up. Cinderella or Moana? Blake, you're up next. Noli goes with Moana. So, Blake, yours is Snow White or Moana? Dina, you're up next. Blake goes with Moana. Dina, you have Cinderella or Moana? This is fun. Cece, I'm coming to you next. Moana for Dina. Cece, you have Cinderella or Elsa? There will not be a Moana sighting on this pick. Elsa for Cece. Ava is up next. Cinderella or Elsa? Anthony, you're up next. Cinderella for Ava. All right, Anthony, Cinderella or Elsa? Anthony goes with Elsa. Project Loop, you are up now. Snow White or Moana? Brooke, you and AK are up next. And then Mark. Luke goes with Moana. Okay, Brooke, Cinderella or Moana? And AK has the same matchup. They both say Cinderella. And Mark, your matchup is Snow White or Moana? Mark goes with Moana. All right. Going to do the same thing, but on the other side of the bracket. So, Tina, you're up first. Ronnie, you're second. Noli, you're third. I'll try to do it that way. So, Tina, you have Belle or Pocahontas? Belle. Okay. Ronnie, you have Merida or Pocahontas? Pocahontas. Noli, Belle or Jasmine? Belle. Blake, you're up, and then Dina. Merida or Pocahontas? Blake. Blake goes with Merida. No, yep, okay. Dina, Belle or Jasmine? Cece and Ava, you guys are up next. Belle, okay. Cece, you got Merida or Jasmine? Anybody starting to feel guilty about your picks? Getting harder? Cece goes with Jasmine. Ava, Belle or Pocahontas? After Ava, I've got Anthony and Project Loop. Ava goes with Pocahontas. All right. Anthony, you've got Belle or Jasmine? Belle. And Project Loop, you have Belle or Jasmine? Brooke, AK, and Mark, you guys are up next. Oh, I got to do my puzzle piece here on the TikTok side. Okay. Project Loop goes with Jasmine. Brooke, Belle or Jasmine? AK, you've got the same matchup. Mark, you've got the same matchup. So Belle or Jasmine for all three of you. Both of you say Belle and Mark. What say you, Sir? Belle or Jasmine? Jasmine. Okay. Tina, your final. You are picking between Moana and Belle to win it all for your Princess Championship. Moana or Belle? That's the whole idea. She said, oh, it's hard. Belle says, Tina, I may or may not tell Briggs that you picked Belle over Moana, but that's neither here nor there. Ronnie, you're up next. Ronnie, you have Elsa or Pocahontas? Noli and Blake, you guys are up next. That's too late now, Tina. Ronnie has Elsa as her champion. Noli, you've got Moana or Belle? Belle for Noli. Blake, you have Moana or Merida? Which M do you prefer? Who is your champion? Dina and Cece, you guys are up next. Merida for Blake, good pick. Dina, you have Moana or Belle? A lot of people with Moana and Belle in your championship. How about that? That's cool. Belle for Dina. Cece, you have Elsa or Jasmine? A new matchup in the finals. Ava and Anthony, you guys are up next. Cece picks Elsa for her champion. Ava, you have Cinderella or Pocahontas. You've got a very unique final. You're going to pick a champion that nobody has picked so far. Pocahontas. Beautiful. Anthony, Elsa or Belle? Project Loop, you're up next. Anthony goes with Elsa for his champion. Project Loop, you have Moana or Jasmine? Brooke, AK, and Mark, you guys are up next. Jasmine for Project Loop. Brooke, Cinderella or Belle? And AK has the same matchup. Cinderella for AK, Belle for Brooke, but it was a hard choice. Hey, JJ, how are you? We're about to wrap up our first game, but we're going to the next one. So hang tight. Brooke, you said Belle. Okay, Mark, you have Moana or Jasmine? Who is your champion? Mark has Moana as his champion. So we have two Moanas. Mark and I had Moana as champions. Okay, Project Loop, no worries. For you, Project Loop, Jasmine won. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 Bells, probably the biggest winner. 3 Elsas, second best. 1 Merida, Blake, that was you. 1 Pocahontas, Ava. 1 Jasmine Project Loop, and 1 Cinderella AK. So there you have it for princesses. So I'm going to put everybody's name in the same place so that I don't lose track of who's where. Because otherwise I'll screw everything up worse than I could anyway. And JJ, hopefully you could hang out and play. We're going to do the same thing, tournament style, but we're doing rides this time. So I got to put everybody's name down. Bear with me for a moment. Once I got to asking each of you individually, it made it a lot easier on me than trying to find everybody's name all over the place. So I appreciate you guys playing along. So here we go for rides. First one I'll do everybody all together. You guys can all throw in your answers. For the first ride, again, we're doing bracket style, pick 'em, quarterfinals. Your first ride matchup is Tron or Big Thunder Mountain. Welcome back, Helen. If you want to play, you're welcome to. If you want to just listen in, you can do that too. Let's see here. I got Dina says Tron. Helen says Big Thunder Mountain. JJ says Tron. Noli says Tron. Blake says Big Thunder. See, now you don't have to blink twice, Noli, because I know you're answering for yourself. This is good. Ronnie says Big Thunder Mountain. Cece with Big Thunder. Brooke, Big Thunder. No pick for AK. What the heck kind of deal is that? Big Thunder for Tina. Ava says Tron. Let's see here. Look over on this side. Anthony, I did not put Jungle Cruise in because we knew that would just win automatically. So, all right, Mark. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So, Anthony, you go with Big Thunder Mountain. And she doesn't ride coaster. Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. Okay, and I think Loop had to step away. So I think I have everybody's pick that's playing right now. Yeah, Mark is out. Okay, next matchup. Haunted Mansion or Rise at Hollywood Studios. Dina with Rise. Ronnie with Haunted Mansion. Ava and Tina with Haunted Mansion. JJ with Haunted Mansion. JJ, I would have been disappointed if you didn't pick that. Blake with Rise. Noli with Rise. Helen with a shock face. Rise for Brooke. And Rise for AK. Let me go over to this side here. Anthony with Rise. So, Helen, are you going to pick one? You know, it's hard to do, but that's how the game works. She guesses Haunted Mansion. Okay, so I've got it. Works out. I think, Cece. Did Cece give me an answer? Rise of the Resistance. Okay. Cece, if you didn't pick a Star Wars ride, I was going to fall out of my chair. So, JJ, you'll have to sit tight to see whether or not you have Haunted and Pirates facing one another. All right. Do I have everybody that I need to have? Yes. Okay. On the other side of the bracket, Flight of Passage or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Gotta make my picks too. Anthony with Seven Dwarfs. Blake goes Seven Dwarfs. JJ with Flight. Noli with Flight. Why did I make it so hard early? They're all good rides. Helen. Dina with Seven Dwarfs. Cece with Flight. Cece, there you are over here. Seven Dwarfs for Tina, Flight for Ava. Brooke, Flight for you. And AK has no pick there. AK is going to have a challenging final. Helen has Seven Dwarfs. All right, let me see. Am I missing anybody? Ronnie, thank you. Seven Dwarfs. Project Loop is not back with us, so I think I have everybody there. Okay, last matchup in the first round. Pirates of the Caribbean or Guardians of the Galaxy? This one might hurt. Ronnie with Guardians. Blake with Pirates. I love it. Tina with Guardians and Ava Guardians. Guardians for Noli. Dina Guardians. Brooke Guardians, AK Pirates. Cece has Pirates. JJ has Pirates. Oops. Helen, did you make a pick yet? Hey, Munch, welcome in. Picks Guardians. Helen, Pirates. Pretty sure Guardians is a never ride for me. Okay. I thought so, but I wanted to make sure. I think I have everybody's pick in. Your cat also agrees with Pirates. Okay. Anthony, what did you pick? Anthony picked Pirates. Okay. I got everybody's. So now I'm going to ask you individually because we're doing, because everybody's matchup might change based on what you picked in the first round. So Tina, you're up first. Big Thunder Mountain or Haunted Mansion? And Ronnie and Noli, you guys are up next. Haunted for Tina all the way. Ronnie, you have Big Thunder or Haunted Mansion as well. Big Thunder for Ronnie. Noli, you have Tron or Rise? Ooh, tough picks. Noli picks Rise. Blake, Big Thunder or Rise? Dina and Cece, you guys are up next. Big Thunder Mountain or Rise? Rise. No, that was Noli's pick. Blake goes Big Thunder. Dina, you have Tron or Rise? Tron for Dina. Woo. Cece, you have Big Thunder Mountain or Rise of the Resistance? Ava and Anthony, you are up next. Cece goes with Rise. All right. Ava, you have Tron or Haunted Mansion? Tron for Ava. And Tina, you're exactly right. Anthony, you have Big Thunder Mountain or Rise of the Resistance? Rise for Anthony. Okay, Brooke and AK, you guys are up next. Brooke, you have Big Thunder Mountain or Rise. Brooke says Rise. And by default, AK also picks Rise because she did not have a selection between Tron and Big Thunder Mountain. So Rise moves on to the finals for AK. JJ and Helen, you're up next. So JJ, Tron or Haunted Mansion? And Helen, yours is Big Thunder Mountain or Haunted Mansion? JJ with Haunted Mansion. I probably could have just written that in, not even asked you, but I wanted to make sure. All right, Helen, what say you, Big Thunder or Haunted Mansion? Big Thunder. Nice. Okay. The other semifinal, Tina, you're up first because I think I got everybody's. Yep. Okay. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Guardians? Tina. Ronnie and Noli, you're up next. Guardians for Tina. Ronnie, Seven Dwarfs or Guardians? Guardians for Ronnie. Noli, Flight of Passage or Guardians? Guardians for Noli. Blake, Dina, Cece, you guys are up next. Blake, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Pirates of the Caribbean? Blake says Pirates. Dina, you have Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Guardians? Guardians for Dina. Cece, Flight of Passage or Pirates of the Caribbean? Well, Cece, you don't get to pick your champion yet. Flight of Passage or Pirates is who you're picking. Pirates, there you go. You get to pick that next one next time. All right, Ava and Anthony. Ava, Flight of Passage or Guardians? Anthony, I think you already gave me your answer there. Seven Dwarfs or Pirates? That is your answer there that you sent me. Guardians for Ava. Anthony picks Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Brooke and AK, you guys are up. Brooke, Flight of Passage or Guardians? You were ahead of me, Anthony. I love it. Brooke says Flight of Passage. And so, again, for Ava, for AK, it's Pirates of the Caribbean because she did not have a selection from Flight of Passage and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So her final is set. JJ, Flight of Passage or Pirates of the Caribbean? Again, probably one I could write in, but want to be fair. No bias. And Helen, you are Seven Dwarfs or Pirates? Did I lose Jade? There's Helen, Seven Dwarfs. Okay. Where's JJ's Pirates? Okay. JJ, I'm sure you figured out what you're facing now here. Okay, Tina, you're up. Your final, Haunted Mansion or Guardians of the Galaxy? JJ, you're almost last to pick, so you got some soul searching to do on your selection. You got some serious soul searching to do, I think. Tina, Haunted Mansion for Tina for the win. Ronnie, Big Thunder or Guardians? Noli and Blake, you guys are up next. Ronnie with Guardians. Noli, Rise, or Guardians? She already picked Guardians. Didn't even have to think about it. Blake, you're Big Thunder Mountain or Pirates. A very different final for Blake compared to most all of us. Pirates for Blake. Dina, CC, and Ava, you guys are up next. Okay, JJ, go ahead and restart. Dina, Tron or Guardians? Tron for Dina, good pick. CC, you have Rise of the Resistance or Pirates of the Caribbean? Rise for CC. Ava has Tron or Guardians. Anthony, Brooke, and AK, you're up next. Ava says yes. To which one? No, he has to pick one. Sorry, Ava. That's the rules. Anthony, you've already given me your answer. Come on, Ava. Got to pick one. Guardians. There you go. Tron will be calling you later, Ava. Brooke, Rise of the Resistance or Flight of Passage? JJ, I have not come to you yet. You're almost up. Brooke with Rise. AK gets to pick from between Rise of the Resistance or Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, Tron is calling about lightning lanes and car insurance. What says AK? Rise or Pirates of the Caribbean? JJ and Helen, you're up next. She said that's hard, but she picked Pirates. Okay, good pick. All right, JJ, here it is. Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean? See, I didn't even have to make that matchup for you. You made it yourself. So which one are you going with? And Helen, yours is Big Thunder Mountain or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Moment of truth, JJ. You going to be a happy haunt or are you going to hang out with Captain Jack? Have to pick Haunted. Wow, I thought for sure you'd pick Pirates. And Helen, what say you? See, I thought so too, Brooke. I thought for sure she'd pick Pirates. I was wrong too. I guess we don't know her as well as we thought. Jack will understand as he runs off with somebody else. Helen, Big Thunder, because I'll never forget riding like 5 times with Dad. I love that, Helen. I absolutely love that. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's nothing better when you guys come up with your answers because of history that you have, memories that you have. I love that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an option. I have 3 more. We don't have time to do 3 more. We can call it quits now, and I can bring these 3 back for next week, or we can do 1 more tonight and bring 2 back for next week. JJ, I don't know. I think there's probably a clause in that certificate that says if you pick another attraction over him, the marriage is null and void. I'm not an attorney, but that's what my gut says. So you guys tell me, do you want to wrap it up for tonight or do you want to do 1 more championship style pick 'em? I'm good either way. Blake wants to do 1 more. One more for Tina and Ava. More for Helen. Okay, Anthony, you got to wrap up for the evening. So, Anthony, we're going to do shows. So, if that hurts that you're going to miss it, then you got to stick around. Otherwise, if you don't mind missing shows, then that's what you'll miss out on tonight. I got to write everybody's name down again, though. Tina, Bonnie, Noli, Blake, Dina, CC, Ava, Brooke, AK, You know what? We're going to steal here. JJ and Helen. All right, let's play. We're going to do shows, and then we'll wrap for tonight. I'm not going to tell you the last two categories. You'll have to wait. Yes, you will see us on Monday, Anthony. Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks for joining, bud. I really appreciate it. 71 days. 71 days, my man. We'll be inside of the 70s when we're back together next week. I can't believe it. Okay, here we go. Shows. Your first pick. Happily Ever After or Beauty and the Beast? Okay, Dina with Happily Ever After. Ronnie. Let's see here. Noli says Beauty. Beauty and the Beast for Blake. Ava says Happily. Cece says Beauty. Wow. Tina, Ava says Happily Ever After. You're saying Beauty and the Beast, Tina, is that right? Helen, if you're still with us, do you have a pick? Happily Ever After or Beauty and the Beast? JJ, what's your pick? Brooke, what's your pick? AK. Sorry, Helen, I see yours now. Happily Ever After, no contest. Got it. Brooke says Happily Ever After. Okay, I guess maybe if I just look up in the chat a little bit further, I would see some of these things. Okay, who's doing that? Ronnie picked Happily Ever After. Brooke did AK pick. JJ picked Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After for both. Okay. All right. And the other semifinal, the Frozen sing-along at Hollywood Studios or Festival of the Lion King at Animal Kingdom. Okay, Ronnie. You got like 5 more picks to go. Hang in there, girl. I know you can do it. Frozen or Lion King? Ronnie says Lion King. Cece says Frozen. JJ says Frozen. Brooke, Festival for both. Ava says Frozen. Lion King for Tina. Noli says Lion King. Blake says Lion King. Did Helen provide a pick? We might have lost Helen. Helen, if you're still with us, it's Frozen sing-along or Festival of the Lion King. And if I missed it, you guys can let me know. But we're going to keep going here. Your next quarterfinal pick, Fantasmic or at Animal Kingdom, Finding Nemo? Okay, thanks, Helen. Frozen. Ronnie with Fantasmic. Helen with Nemo. Brooke and AK say Fantasmic. Fantasmic for Tina and Ava. Noli Fantasmic. Blake Fantasmic. CC Fantasmic 100%. JJ Fantasmic. Dina, did I see your pick or did I miss it? Dina says Fantasmic. Okay, perfect. All right. Not quite a clean sweep. Almost. Okay. The last quarterfinal pick. Indiana Jones or Luminous? Indy or Luminous? Ava and Tina say Indy. Ronnie says Luminous. Blake says Indy. Cece says Luminous. Noli says Indy. Luminous for Dina. Helen says Luminous and be right back. Brooke, Indiana Jones. Brooke, Indiana Jones. How about AK? Who is she picking? JJ says Luminous, but we must save Indiana Jones at all costs. Which one is AK picking? She said Indiana Jones for you. Okay. JJ, I agree. We need to save Indiana Jones. However, and I've said this before, with Dinosaur Ride being closed down and being rethemed to the Indiana Jones ride, but different than Disneyland, I think it'd be great if they picked up the Indiana Jones stunt show and moved it over to Animal Kingdom, pair it up with the ride, and find some way to take that auditorium at Hollywood Studios, make it a Star Wars show, tied in with Star Tours and Galaxy's Edge. I'd love that. Okay, here we go with the first semifinal. Got to write my answer. And Tina, you're up first. Beauty and the Beast or Lion King? This is where it gets challenging. Oh, God. Ronnie and Noli, you guys are up next. Lion King says, Tina. Ronnie, you have Happily Ever After or Lion King? They do hurt, don't they? That's kind of the fun and beauty of doing this. Happily Ever After for Ronnie. She didn't hesitate. Boom. Noli, you have Beauty and the Beast or Lion King? Blake and Dina, you guys are up next. Noli with Lion King. Blake, Beauty and the Beast or Lion King? Ooh. Blake says Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Dina, I failed to write down your Frozen or Lion King selection, so I don't know who you're. I'm going back to find it. So it'll be before that one. Dina had Lion King. Okay, so Dina, your choice is Happily Ever After or Lion King. Sorry about that. Cece and Ava, you're up next. Dina, Happily Ever After. Cece, Beauty and the Beast or Frozen, a new semifinal matchup. Beauty and the Beast or Frozen? Frozen. That's such a cute show. I don't think it gets enough credit for as good as it is. Ava, Happily Ever After or Frozen? Oh, Blake, you're right. I have not mentioned my answers. I did tell you that Moana won for me for the princesses, right? I did not tell you. Who else? What did we do after? Oh, we did Rides next. Rise of the Resistance won for me. Yes, the adult comedy humor is really good. It just kind of barely goes over the head of kids, but it's not horribly bad. Ronnie, you want to just pick Fantasmic Now for yours? Yes, you can pick Fantasmic Now for yours. That's fine. Did I skip over you? Man, I'm losing it here. Dina picked Happily Ever After. Cece, Ava. JJ, gosh, good Lord. You're next. Happily Ever After or Frozen, JJ? So Ronnie, are you picking Phantasmic for your final win? JJ has Happily Ever After. Is Helen back? Yeah, I figured, Ronnie, so I'll circle your Phantasmic answer. Helen, if you're back, it's Happily Ever After or Frozen for you to pick. Brooke, yours is Happily Ever After or Lion King. If I could pick one job at Disney to do, Ronnie, it's Sorcerer Mickey. Okay, so Helen, your semifinal pick is Happily Ever After or the Frozen Sing-Along. Which one are you picking? Brooke and AK say Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After for Helen. Okay. Your other semifinal, Tina, Phantasmic or Indiana Jones? Phantasmic for Tina. I already have Ronnie's. Noli, you are up. Phantasmic or Indiana Jones for you. Blake, same semifinal matchup for you. And then Dina, you're up next. Noli says Phantasmic. Blake says Phantasmic. Dina and then Cece. And you guys both have the same semifinal pick. So Phantasmic or Luminous? Dina and Cece. And then Ava's up next. No, Helen, you are not done. As soon as I get to you, Helen, I'll have you pick the rest of yours, okay? Dina says Luminous. CC. What say you, CC? Phantasmic or Luminous? Phantasmic. Okay. Helen, I'll go to you. Are you picking Finding Nemo or are you picking Luminous? Let's start with that one. And then you'll have one last pick to make, and then I'll let you head off to the night. So Nemo or Luminous, Helen? Luminous. Okay, Helen. So your final last pick for tonight for you, Happily Ever After or Luminous? Tough one. Ooh. Luminous for Helen. Love it. Didn't think you'd pick that, but I love it. Thank you, Helen. You're absolutely welcome to stay with us. Hang out if you need to go. Totally understand. Remember, next week, Monday night, we'll be doing this. And then we'll do 2 more pick'ems like this. Okay. Ava is up. Ava, are you picking Phantasmic or are you picking Indiana Jones? Ava says Phantasmic. JJ, you are up next, and then Brooke, and then AK. JJ, it's Phantasmic or Luminous for you? I think JJ is consulting with her cat right now. Possibly. Phantasmic. Okay, Brooke, you and AK have the same semifinal. So your picks, Phantasmic or Indiana Jones? And AK, don't make your mom force you to pick the same one. Phantasmic for both of you. Okay, well, looks like Steve and Captain Jack are back on the market. Okay. I'll let the two of you deal with that momentarily while we head back up to the top. So this is our finals. I will tell you My final is Lion King versus Fantasmic. So I had Happily Ever After over Beauty and the Beast. I picked Lion King over Frozen, Fantasmic over Nemo, and Luminous over Indiana Jones. My gosh, Lion King or Fantasmic? I am picking Fantasmic. That's mine. I will tell you, I've said this before, Fantasmic to me is the best nighttime show in all of Walt Disney World. Lion King is the best daytime show in all of Walt Disney World. So matching them up in my final was probably perfect. Tina, you have the same final, Lion King or Fantasmic? Look, maybe Steve and Captain Jack can hang out together and have a support group that they form. It is epic, Cece. Isn't this fun, though? I love doing this. Fantasmic for Tina. Ronnie picked Fantasmic. Nola, you are up. Lion King or Fantasmic? And Blake, you're up after Nola. Nola picks Fantasmic. Blake, you have Beauty and the Beast or Fantasmic? And Dina, you're up next. Blake picks Fantasmic. Dina, Happily Ever After or Luminous? Take it off, Noli. Have a good night. Dina, Happily Ever After. Cece and then Ava. Cece and Ava have the same matchup, so you can both answer Frozen, Sing Along, or Fantasmic. Frozen or Fantasmic? Fantasmic for Ava. Ava, good night. Thanks for playing along. And Fantasmic for Cece. Appreciate it. Thank you. JJ, you are up next. And then Brooke and AK. And all three of you have the same finals. So you can each answer Happily Ever After or Fantasmic. JJ with the oh no crying emoji. Love it. Brooke and AK are probably playing rock, paper, scissors for their picks right now. JJ picks Fantasmic. Whoops. Brooke. Love both, but Happily Ever After makes us cry, so it's Happily Ever After the winner for us. So JJ, first off, Fantasmic was my final pick. Love it. I believe there's like a small Pirates of the Caribbean Captain Jack section in Happily Ever After, if I remember right. So you picked against him twice tonight. I think the marriage certificate is severed. Just saying. Tina, you're absolutely right. You cannot beat Fantasmic. No doubt about it. Yes, see, Brooke, there is, right? Yeah. So JJ, oh, Captain Jack's back on the market after all these years. Okay. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of us play that round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us picked Fantasmic, and 3 picked Happily Ever After. My counting is horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us picked Fantasmic. 3 picked Happily Ever After, and Helen picked Luminous. So there you have it. Well, she didn't vote against him, but she didn't pick him. I mean, what do you do on the playground when you're picking dodgeball? I didn't vote against you. I just didn't pick you. I don't think that softens the blow. So anyway, that was fun. I have 2 more for next week. You haven't seen Luminous yet, Brooke? Oh, wow. So I've seen it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times live and a handful of times on streams. Streams don't do it justice. I'll tell you, the very first time we saw it was actually opening night. I walked away kind of like, I mean, Illuminations will always be my absolute favorite there, no doubt about it. Bring it back every day of the week, and I'd be totally happy. But Luminous has grown on me. I enjoy it more and more each time we see it. I love the show at Epcot because it's not all Disney songs. There's some unique original scores that they play, which just to me makes it even all the more special. Well, Brooke, you got to just do all of them, right? Hit all 3 of them. Anyway, so I have 2 more of these for next week that I'll save. We're going to go Monday night live. We'll do those 2, answer questions that you guys have, cover any new news that comes out, and we'll be 1 week closer to Park Life Party, and we'll talk more about that, I'm sure. So we will move to Monday nights next week. I appreciate everybody's willingness to do that. It sounded like in some cases that was probably better for some of you. So I'm glad that this is going to work out. I do appreciate your flexibility for me to do that. Any and every chance I get to be able to hang out with little Briggsy, I'm going to take it in a heartbeat. So we will move to Monday nights starting next week, and we'll go from there. I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really, really appreciate your time. Hopefully this is fun for you guys. I know it's not the normal see somebody streaming at the parks type of thing, but I like to try to make it fun and enjoyable. So I appreciate your willingness to participate and have fun and play the games. We'll keep doing these every week as long as everybody enjoys them. Blake, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you and the girls hanging out with us. So with that, I will wish everybody a good night, a better tomorrow. And remember, when you wake up tomorrow, it will be a great day to be alive. Have a good night, everybody. Bye, guys.